Welcome to the Bardic Cauldron, wizards young and old, where daring adventures and terrible jokes are told. Grab your mug of your favorite brew, grab your seat, and enjoy the view. Welcome back, everyone, to our next episode of Heroes of Theros. I'm glad to have you guys back with us. Go ahead and go over some quick things. We weren't going to have a session. That I was going to be here for the session, then I wasn't going to be here for the session, then I am for the session. So the player playing Fezzik will not be with us tonight, as just my improper uh, scheduling came up. So you'll not hear from Fezzik this evening. Just wanted to let you guys know that. Be aware of that. Without really wasting any more of your precious time, we'll go ahead and jump into tonight's session with a brief recap. Last time on the Heroes of Theros, our heroes were recovering from the fight outside of the shrine and being able to unpetrify uh, Thea as well. Um, they quickly retrieved the water for the cure that brought them to the shrine in the first place. Uh, a thought just occurred to them that Boo Boo had not returned, or Bobo had not returned. Now, why had Boo Boo here instead? But um, find that Bobo had not retrieved back, had gotten back to them. The party began finding pieces of their mechanical friend from the nest of the harpies and on the ground nearby. Evidence shows that they did try to eat poor Bobo, but they were not successful, so they just tore him apart in anger. The party says goodbye and continues their journey. As they begin making their way on the next day, they encounter a rogue wave seems to sweep by, coming closer to the ship, closer and closer and closer, before a figure could be seen riding the wave toward them, showing a Olatin riding towards them, and a fight ensued. Thankfully, our party was successful in defeating the Olatin and was able to cast Speak with Dead on the Olatin, getting some information about how to get there, who he was, what he was doing, what he'd be sent there to do, and who sent them. He replied that a Queen Kiora had sent him. This is the part that kind of eludes me still a little bit. I forgot how the party learns, but the party learns that Queen Kiora had been rumored to be a interplanal traveler that had arrived in Theros some years ago, challenged Thassa for control of the domain of the sea, was not successful in winning, but was able to take Thassa's Bident. Believe this is the information that they learned from a shaman Iggulax a ancient, almost lost race of some sort of lizard-like beings that seem to guard whatever lies beyond on this island. A temple dedicated to Thassa, and Chief Iggulax gives them the background of who Queen Kiora is and what transpired between her and Thassa. And you guys had granted you passage as long as you were able to retrieve the Bident and bring it back for Thassa. Letting you know that up ahead that you may encounter a guardian that protects the entrance to this lost temple. And that's where we're going to pick back up. You guys are currently, I believe, just standing at the entrance of this gate. You can now see that the water is flowing freely. Before, it almost seemed like the water was stopped right there at the gate. But from some unseen force, now the water is flowing freely through this arch, gate. So you guys, the day is yours. You guys have passage. What do you do?
Time of day was it? You got to the entrance to the temple?
Currently, so you guys still have a ways to go. You guys have about another mile or two before you get to the waterfall that leads to the entrance. These lizard people guard the gate to that. I mean, it's
Oh.
Yeah, it's so you guys are still at the gate that Chief Iggulax just opened up for you guys.
Well, I figure if there's still enough time in the day, we could probably get ourselves to the waterfall and set ourselves up for camp there.
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay.
I mean, it depends on what time of day it is. I mean, if it's still going to be early in the day, we could probably actually
say it's probably. I know it's probably still morning. It's not noon yet. I'll at least say that.
Okay, yeah, definitely then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll say it's kind of in that still it's past where the sun is rising, but it's not noon yet where it's highest in the sky at the moment. So we'll say you guys could reach the waterfall by noon.
Cool. I said we go for it.
Okay.
Great.
Go ahead, Cantor, and roll me a d20.
Yay! Did that work? $17.
17. All right.
Somehow I got scrolled up there.
Okay. Cantor, as you guys are traversing this path, you begin to hear music. Almost just the strumming or plucking of chords on a very thin string. Seems like somebody's tuning something.
Okay. The rest of you guys hear that, don't you? You recognize what it might be? mean, I guess I could probably try doing like a survival or nature check, right?
Yeah, I'll allow you to do that.
That go for anybody? Like,
Yeah,
would
yeah.
I recognize the instrument it's from?
Yeah.
I would allow you, if you, okay, I'll tell you what. If you guys could tell me, I will let you guys either do, let's make this fun. Let's do a charisma check. Since this is musically inclined, let's do a charisma check.
Great.
Oh,
Go
haha.
Arthos.
Oh no.
It's all
Who
you,
said I
Arthos.
was? Who said I was
Holy-
joining in?
Regular charisma
Hey.
check?
Yeah, just a
I rolled a nat 20.
natural 20,
Boy.
okay.
Plus 0.
15.
It's my new tiny dice. Oh,
That's,
haha,
that's
3.
no- 3, okay.
Someone had to fail that.
Yes, if I had to.
Jump, tiny dice.
Kantor, you know, it's kind of fitting you're the one that got the natural 20 because you're the one that rolled this.
Yeah.
You can tell it is from a lute.
Well, even funnier part of this is that I have a plus 0 to my charisma,
Yeah, that's just
and I like beat out Arthos, I guess, who's charisma based.
yeah.
The lowest charisma guy figured it out. So you said that it sounds like it's coming from a lute.
Yes, it sounds like it's coming from a lute.
All right, so I'll say to the rest of you guys hear the lute?
No, I don't trust that.
It's a string thing, I guess.
Yeah, a lute. It's kind of like a guitar without the neck.
Yes, I know what a lute is. I'll just take your word that it is one.
I say we just, walk with caution.
Hello, fellow travelers, and you see this very nicely dressed Triton kind of begins looking at you. Sir, something I can help you guys with?
Arthos is like, shit, draws his blade, like, oh wait, no, you're friendly.
Hello?
Huh?
You startled me.
Oh, I didn't really mean to. What brings you out this way?
I could
Oh,
ask
I
the
guess
same
that-
of you.
Yeah, I guess that depends if you're a friend or foe.
Well,
Where are you from?
Those words mean a lot of things. Where am I from? Well,
Yeah.
I live here.
Like here in this valley?
You guys get a good look of where you guys walk to. Not too far. You can see a waterfall. Off in the corner.
I figure I can hear the waterfall coming up to.
Yeah, you guys are. Yeah, now as you guys kind of get here, you can now hear a waterfall.
Double checking that I think it's right. Didn't the lizard chief shaman say there was a guardian of said waterfall?
He did say that. You guys may run into.
Uh-huh.
So then we have to. Are we gonna have to fight this guy?
Who knows?
Thea,
I mean, the
picking up on
guardian-
this, I'm going to
Keep your voice
kind of
down.
put hands on shoulders. Are you have you been around this lovely waterfall long?
Let's see. Tom's a little funny in my age, but at least 1,000 years.
It is quite a respectable time. Would you say you got it?
You know, that's actually a really nice word. Let's say I do. You know, it brings me, the sound of the waterfall inspires me. So, in turn, I watch over it, care for it.
Well, it does sound very nice, I have to admit.
Yes.
It's very relaxing, if anything.
Oh, very. So, now that you know something about me, what brings you here then?
Well, I think that honesty would be best. We're searching for someone. A young woman. And Samira.
Ah, yes. Pleasant girl. Very smart. Little invasive, but smart.
That describes her very well, yes.
Yeah. Yep, that sounds like her girl.
You...
Did she...
Yes. Sorry, you were
She
talking
passed
first.
through here?
Oh, no. Sorry, we're doing the thing where people... Sorry, I'm not good with conversations. You are friends with her.
Acquaintances. We've met a couple times.
Oh, that's lovely.
So have you seen her? So you've seen her come through this way.
Yes.
Did she pass through the waterfall and everything?
Yes.
Would we be able to? I mean, us passing through as well?
Kind of looks at all of you. I tell you what. So to be fair, I will give you the same courtesy I gave her. I don't do this for everyone. Tell you what. Let's... A game. I like games. How about you solve a riddle of mine, you get it right, I let you through. Does that sound fair?
What happens if we get it wrong?
Well, honesty, I'll probably eat you. But,
At least he's honest.
I appreciate your honesty.
yes. So, only fair. So, if you could solve my... If you could solve my riddle, I'll let you through.
Well, just to warn you, if we do get it wrong, my buddy over here, he is kind of gamey. I probably would not. I would not recommend.
Be the first Leonin I've eaten.
Oh boy.
I tried to save you, buddy. I tried.
So,
If push comes to shove, we'll fight. Doesn't matter.
So,
Yeah.
You guys ready for the riddle? I'll tell you what. There's 5 of you. I will give you 5 guesses.
Seems quite fair.
So, are you ready for the riddle?
Sure.
Think so?
You watch as he begins to play a tune. You can watch as the water in front of the waterfall is like almost this little pond. Now it's a little stream that you guys have been following the entire time. Begins to almost flow with the tune. Almost. As if he's setting up the mood. 3 lives have I, gentle enough to soothe the skin, light enough to caress the sky, hard enough to crack rocks. What am I?
How does that go again? 3 lives have I.
Gentle enough to soothe the skin, light enough to caress the sky, hard enough to crack rocks.
Light enough. What was that again? Light enough to soar the sky?
Yeah, hold on. I am putting it in the chat for you. But,
Well, look, in case we get the answer in there again.
Yes, I made sure this time. Thank you for reminding me. I put the riddle in 48 size, and I put the answer in 5. Okay. So my eyes are only
Had to be sure.
Yeah. Thank you for reminding me.
Not a problem. We don't have Fezzik to not see it this time, so.
Yeah. 3 lives have I.
Boy.
Gentle enough to soothe the skin. Light enough to caress the sky hard enough to crack rocks. What am I?
I think I know.
Give your answer then.
Is it water?
Is that the answer you choose?
Yeah.
You see, he begins to stop playing, and you watch as he changes the tune, and you watch as the waterfall stops, and a cave is shown behind the waterfall.
Whew.
Yeah.
That
There we
is
go.
actually the
Gentle.
answer. You were a
Way
little
to go.
slower than the girl was. I wouldn't say she cheated. She read my mind about what the answer was.
And
I didn't think to do that.
I didn't think about that,
But she did, which I applauded her for because she used her skills to best me. I wasn't expecting that. So
she's pretty tricksy at times.
I can tell. Well, you are all welcome to go through. Don't mind me. I'm gonna go ahead and go for a little swim. And you see, he kind of puts his loot by the stream.
Can I ask one other question though?
Yeah, sure.
Is there anything else that lies beyond, the waterfall and the entrance of the cave?
Oh, from
That you can tell us?
I've only been to at least the entry hall. That's as far as I've been. You'll once you go through the cave, you'll come to this large cavern opening. Probably about 500 feet circle with a set of doors of depicting Lady Thassa, covered in seaweed. Which the seaweed's probably gone by now since she just went in there. So there's probably not any seaweed now.
So we can just go through the doors? Do we need a knock, or...?
As far as I know, I've always been able to go in, so unless they've changed something.
Okay.
Like that's
Well, I
about
mean, it's like we're new here, and I
that's-
just want to make sure I know.
No, of course, that's as far as I've been, so...
Yeah, just don't want to be rude.
No, of course. Well, don't mind me. You see he goes ahead and he goes down to at least. He leaves his under half covered. You watch as he dives into the water. Coming back up, you watch as this Nyx-born serpent arises from where he was. You see, the serpent kind of looks at all of you. It raises its tail. The tail reaches the other side to where the waterfall was and waves as he begins to swim down the stream.
Yeah.
Don't mind at all?
Yeah.
Oh, I think we dodged a bullet there.
I'd say so. Are we, while our luck is holding?
Say we beat feet to the temple doors.
Great.
You guys, that was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. That was good. Okay. Impressed. All right.
That's actually a good one. That was actually a good riddle, by the way.
Yes, I actually found that when I was on my workcation, I was just trying to find riddles for you guys to answer. I wanted the answer to be water, so I typed in riddles with the answer being water, and it gave me that riddle. So sometimes that's all you need. As long as you know the answer, you can find everything else. But you guys now begin to come into this open cavern, and you guys now can get a pretty good glimpse of this. Almost reaches. These doors are 500 foot tall.
Yee.
I mean, it is ceiling to floor.
It's like, Fezzik!
Uh,
Fezzik, door!
Physics like, okay, sure. He's gonna go ahead and get bait. No, need to see how many times he can do that. I think it's just something that he can. I think me and him agreed it was something that he can just do. Let me take a look at hit the sheet real quick. I want to make sure that I don't waste that. Let's see. Where is? Yeah, belt of killing. Belt. You tell me what it does? Show me what the belt does. Maybe it's probably on the D&D Beyond sheet. I bet you probably put it there. Well, son of a cracker. Son of a Ritz cracker.
I want a cracker. Woo!
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just sitting there thinking. Let me look. He may have put it on the sheet. If not, I won't. I won't do it, and I'll just, for whatever reason. Let's see. I don't think. No, it's not on the D&D. Okay, so it's. We'll just go ahead and leave it as is. Show. What did she? It's got everything else. Okay. So he'll just go to push it open at its normal size. You watch as it pushes open fairly easy. Doesn't weigh anything. That was actually surprisingly easy. I was kind of, well, you know, some error probably got some of the dirt and stuff off of it.
It's likely.
You guys, come in to this first section of the Temple to Thassa. I will go ahead and bring you on to this map. Didn't think you guys would be getting here, so for a bit. So it's one of those kind of last minute things that I did not prepare for.
We'd be eaten by a Nyx serpent. Joke's on you.
That's no. I planned on you guys fighting that thing, then maybe getting to here. Maybe. I didn't know if you guys had more questions for Chief Iggulax or whatever, or how the conversation with the next World Serpent was going to go, because that would have been a pretty interesting fight. But
yeah, I think that could have been a very painful fight.
yeah, I think you guys could have made it through, but you guys would have definitely walked in pretty hurt. So you walk in, and you can see these set of steps, that kind of now just, have this almost, looks like they've been used 1,000 times before. I'll go ahead and put this on the map later so you guys can put your, tokens on there now. And on each side, there's on the left and right, large pillars, probably about 100 foot wide. They depict a Triton female holding a two-pronged weapon of some kind. You can, with everything that you guys have learned, you can probably guess that this is probably depicting Thassa.
Yeah, Thassa.
As you guys now
Yeah, from what you guys described to me, I could probably identify that.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say so. So you guys now kind of come in and everyone is. You guys are looking around and everything. Ahead, you can now see this. At least this part is kind of lit. Just seems naturally lit for whatever reason.
Oh, I have a bad feeling about
you
this.
see a pillar ahead of you guys with a book that seems to be already open.
So is the lighting in here? Is it like a? I mean, I know I can't tell the difference, but so there is lighting in here, right?
Yes, there is lighting in it. At least here in this part of.
Is it done by like torches or like bioluminescence type stuff, or?
It's probably your best guess. The algae and seaweed that are just. It looks like it's algae and seaweed that just give up this light.
So it's like a bioluminescence for everybody.
Yeah, it's
I
kind
mean, again, it doesn't matter to me because I'm blind, so I can't tell.
Yeah, if you guys kind of think about it, it's kind of like when you're watching like Finding Nemo or the scene in Moana when they go to the plane of monsters or whatever, like under the water. That's kind of the light that you have. Can't really do that with well, you could with Roll20, but I've never used dynamic lighting, and I didn't want to mess with it. I didn't want to screw the map up, so I figured another representation would fit. Yeah, there ahead is a just looks like kind of like this looks like a podium of some kind up front, in front of a statue of looks like a priest, sitting in this pool of water that happens to be that just happens to be there.
I will step in.
Go step in, okay? Nothing happens.
I want to carefully get closer to the book.
Okay,
Maybe within 20 feet of the book.
Okay, you want to get closer to the book, okay?
Once in that distance, can I do like with the podium that would jump out at me and yell boo if I touch the book?
We don't think so.
I don't trust. Me don't like water.
Oh, I forgot to give you this. It feels as though the floor is wet.
Like everywhere?
Yeah.
The floor is wet, but there's no water.
Yeah. There is
Oh,
water.
if it's just
There's water right. There's water behind where the statue is.
Oh, so back in here.
Yes.
but the floor is wet.
But the floor itself is just wet.
But the rest of the floor here is okay. Is it slippery? Is there like algae and stuff like that? Of a slippery floor, or is it?
It actually kind of feels like if you got floor wet.
Okay.
It feels like the bathroom floor after you splash water on it.
Yeah, that's basically what it feels like. But yeah, I'll allow you to make an insight check.
I was gonna say, can I do a perception check to see if I can hear or smell or?
Perception.
I'm going to assist Cantor in that.
In perception, okay, yeah. So Cantor is going to do perception. The insight.
Insight.
Cantor, you have advantage. I'm helping you.
What did you get on insight?
8.
8.
Double 15s.
Yeah, that's great. Okay.
I think I'm going to choose because I have a 15 or a 15. So I think I'll choose
with a 15 or 16, you don't smell anything. You don't feel anything strange. The floor's wet. I mean,
That's really the only thing that I'm picking up is that the floor is wet.
yeah. I'll tell you
Floor
what.
do be wet.
I forgot that druids are wisdom casters. I'll let Celine roll wisdom. Roll insight check for a natural 1.
No. No, we're not getting anywhere.
Okay. No what? No. Physical try.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So-
No. Yeah. 6.
Okay, we're not getting anywhere with trying to stare at the book from a distance. Someone's got to touch it.
So what's this statue here of again?
It looks like a priest. Looks like, they're wearing a typical, priest, cloak.
Is there any...
This statue currently has some sort of blue, it looks like a blue robe. The statue itself does have color.
Is there any
That's
type of,
freaky.
symbols or anything on the statue of, like a trident or...
There is a for those that can see.
I'm hoping the others are...
How dark is it? Because I have dark vision.
Oh no, it's not. It's not really dark. So I would say it's just dim.
Dimly lit. So for me, it's bright.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, I put a picture of bioluminescent type algae and stuff.
Yeah, that's why I say dim. Because it's light. It's light in some places, darker in others. Light in some places, darker in others. But you can basically see everything. You have to maybe get a little closer to see everything perfectly. Arthos, you're fine with
Yeah, everything essentially for me is bright light.
Yeah. There is a symbol. Right where right where her hands are, there are 2 symbols. It looks like of a set of waves.
Okay.
Should we touch the book?
Well, this is probably something to Thassa. Thassa, right?
Yeah.
All right.
So we need to...
The guy said we had to go down, right?
That's what it said.
I think that book might help us.
I was gonna say there's nothing that shows going down, any stairs heading down or anything, is there?
Well, maybe the statue has a spiral staircase underneath it, and the book can help us unlock it.
True.
I go over to the book.
I'm gonna go over to the book, okay? What are you gonna do to the book?
I touch
I'm
it.
going to move
You gonna touch the book?
this way.
How do you?
Yeah, I just poke it.
How do you gonna poke a page?
Well, actually, no. I draw my sword and poke it.
You watch as you did that. You saw a trickle in the pool of water behind the book.
All right, I full on grab it this time.
You're gonna full on grab it?
Yeah.
Don't you want to read anything that might be
Maybe we should look at it
exposed right
first.
now before you grab it?
Well, yeah. Actually, yeah. You know what? Before I grab
Because
it,
the
I'll
book
give
could
it a
actually say
glance.
it's don't pick up this book, and you're just grabbing it.
I'll give it a glance to see what language it's
It's
written
the
in.
blind. I mean,
Okay.
the blind man is
Uh,
telling you read first.
What languages do you know, Arthos?
I know Leonin, Common, and Celestial.
Thea, what languages do you know?
Common, deep speech, giant, and mentor.
Cantor.
Oh, let me guess. This is Primordial.
Common, Leonin, Primordial, and Sylvan.
Oh, it's too bad the blind guy can't see.
Well, I might be able to run my fingers over the text and.
I mean,
see
if I read it to you, try to
feel it.
translate it to you, would you be able to understand it?
How could you read it to me? You don't know the language.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's
That's
kinda hard.
true.
Read it to me, and you'd be
Yeah,
able to
so-
interpret it.
So, you guys don't know because nobody can read the text.
So here's a question: would I be able to maybe do a perception check? I can understand it'll be very, very tough DC, but literally where I can rub my fingers over the paper and kind of feel the ink or the writings on the text. Could I try doing that?
I mean, okay.
I know that's a very far grasp, but
yeah, no, I would. It would be too high of a DC for you to roll for, so I'm gonna have to say no on that.
okay.
I'm
I mean, I
sorry.
have a +7 to perception right now. Soon that's going to be much higher.
Not even with a +7.
Wait, the water shifted, right, when I tapped it with my sword?
Yeah.
The water shifted.
Yeah, I'll poke it with a finger this time.
You're gonna poke it with your finger. You watch as another part of on the left side, kind of a little bit of like water pokes out, and then it goes back in. It was a little bit more water.
I think we have to touch this book to be able to get whatever entrance open.
Also presuming that's an entrance and not some sort of, cleaning system that'll flush us out.
Well, what choice do we have? There's no other path to go.
If you want me to, I'll touch it.
I got it.
You're going to go for it?
I'll slowly
Wait a minute. Before you do anything, wait a minute, my friend. Wait a minute. I'm going to first cast Bless on you.
Okay, there you go.
And then who's the other two you're giving it to?
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
And really,
yeah.
I can cast on how many people? 3 people, I think.
3 people. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got 2 more.
So I'm guessing it'll be probably everybody who's right up front here. So probably you, Thea, and myself.
Yeah.
All right. I'll slowly grab one.
Like right up front here, anyway.
I'll slowly grab the left side of the book and the right side of the book, and then
you watch as you're doing that. The water begins to shift a little bit, like up and down, up and down, up and down in the pool, like a bowl.
I lift the book up.
You watch as the water goes up.
I guess I'll lift it up over my head in a way.
Oh, okay. So you lift it. Then you lift it over your head. You lift it over your head. You watch as the water rises above where the floor is, and you do see a little staircase that leads down.
Hell yeah! I don't know how long I can keep this pose.
What happens if you put the book down, like
Let's find out right
of
now.
where it was?
I put it down.
Okay, you're gonna put the book down. You see that the water sits right there, back in the pool, right where it's supposed to be. It seems like.
Wait a minute. So how deep is this water, though?
How deep? It's not. It doesn't look. Keyword is it does not look very deep.
Hang on, someone look down as the water rises up, and I grab the book and lift it up again.
Yeah, have somebody look down there to see. It's like.
I'll go in, I guess.
Are you gonna go down? Are you gonna go down the set of steps?
I'll go down. I'll crouch down at floor level, like practically lay down, as it may be, and try to put
just
my
look
head down and see what I see.
The staircase.
Not gonna put a foot on a step.
Okay, the stone staircase goes. Looks like it goes down. And down into darkness.
Goes down.
Can you describe more about?
Now smell from right here a little bit of salt water.
Okay, so here's the question.
That is the entrance.
Here's a question. This statue again. You said both hands are reaching out?
Yeah. Well, no. They're kind of got this. So I couldn't find, obviously a statue reaching out on Incarnate when you make these maps. So
sure.
So just picture like it's got its hands over its heart, kind of like looking up, kind of like Mother Mary pose with you can see the palms.
Okay.
On each palm though, you see the wave, and the wave seems to be glowing. Is
there a means? I'm going to ask you guys to look at the statue. Is there a possibility that we could position the book high on the statue, which is above you, above...
Wait, maybe on the hands?
You want to try and like balance it?
Put it somewhere, put it up somewhere high permanently so we can all, in theory, safely get down.
Cantor, you have better athletic ability than I do, so I gave you the book.
Yeah, so, Cantor, if you want to make an acrobatics or an athletics check, or, I'll tell you what, if you guys want to do something cool, I will lower the DC a little bit for this. I
was gonna say, could I assist?
I was gonna say,
by...
you could get an assist from Fezzik as, like, maybe, like, think of, like, cheerleader. Like, he's gonna toss you up in the air, and you gotta land on the statue.
Sure.
Okay, so we're gonna do a athletics check from Fezzik, because I feel like this is something that he might think about doing, or something that he might do.
Yeah, he would at least try to help get me started.
I would say with a 16, that's good enough to give you a good boost up. Now
cool.
You can make a acrobatics or athletics check to land on the top.
21.
21. You're able to. You feel your feet kind of like land against the top of the statue.
Cool.
It's a little awkward. It's a little awkward, but there's no pain. Just your feet are kind of slanted a little bit on each side, like left and right.
Cool. I'm going to try to, with probably you guys being my eyes.
Oh, now that you did that, you watch as the water did rise right above the statue. Like it's now covering the statue's face and showing the stone staircase.
Nice. So we need to just find keeping this up here. So I'm going to kind of, I guess, I don't know what it would be. Insight?
Well, I kind of have an idea. Do you want me to entangle the book up there?
Who's saying this?
Yes.
Celine.
Yeah, that'll work.
I had it ready. I don't know.
I was gonna say either that or rope.
Yeah. Well, we can do rope too.
Let's do the spell if you can. Do you have to concentrate on that though, or
no? Now it only lasts for a little while, but it's enough time for us to get down through the staircase.
How do we want to do it? Asking the rest of you guys.
Yeah.
Let's
rope
try
or
the spell.
use
That
the spell.
sounds interesting.
My only fear would be if we use the spell and we have to hightail out of here. We got to go through the water. If we tie it up with a rope.
Okay. No, yeah, that's true.
There is a chance.
Let me try something. I want to
Do you got a hemp rope?
Down the stairs.
Okay.
See if this water is just at the level of the floor. If it magically continues all the way down. Oh, but the book's already up there.
Yeah, the book's already up there.
Never mind.
Yeah, we can't really test if the water will drown you or not.
No, that's true. Never mind.
How big is the size of the water anyway? Is it like a cube?
It looks currently right now. It currently right now covers this entire area. It's just up. So, and see, that's what's weird. So it didn't look like a whole lot when you were in the pool. It looked like maybe it was only like 6 inches deep in the pool. Now it looks like it's like 20 feet.
Yeah, I feel like we shouldn't test that theory at all.
Oh.
No.
How about this? I will use some of I got some rope. I have some silk rope. I can cut off maybe, I don't know, like half of it to tie this book firmly to the statue.
Yeah.
I still got some hemp rope if you need any.
Well, if you want to use hemp rope, I don't care either way.
Well, I think silk rope isn't going to be that strong.
No, silk rope. Probably the hemp rope would be best.
I go Cantor, heads up, and I throw out the 50-foot of, or at least I cut off like. How big is the statue's head? From an estimation,
is probably, I would say 7 foot. Like
diameter.
Yeah, 7
cool.
foot. Yeah, it's like a 7-foot diameter.
Oh, so
I'll cut off
your rope in half. Cut your rope in half, and that's plenty. 25 feet.
25 feet. I throw up 25 feet of hemp rope.
I can wrap it around a couple times and tie it off.
Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Who's doing the sleight of hand? Him?
Yeah, you do have bless on you, so remember that.
I have what?
You blessed yourself.
But bless does not count for skills.
It does
only
not.
Saving throws,
right.
Only saving throws and
attack throws.
Yeah, because I was afraid by touching the book it was going to do something.
Yeah,
crazy.
15.
I got a
15.
Not
15's good.
Yeah, I figure it's not bad.
No, it's not bad.
It's probably enough to at least keep it there.
Yeah.
For a while.
It would last longer than the entangle spell would.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Alright, come on down, Cantor. Let's get moving.
Sure.
You know, now that I think about it, you see, she gets to look around. So, what if this is sort of like this Queen Kiora, she's supposed to be a interplanal being, right? Where she travels from plane to plane.
Like a planeswalker, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
What if this is sort of like what do they call it? Where
an extraplanar space?
Yeah.
Like a gate?
Yeah, like this is a gate to wherever Olatin is. What if when Helio threw the spear down on Olatin, that Olatin didn't sink, it just
got cast to a different plane of
existence?
Yeah.
Well, I did do some studies on extraplanar travel.
And this water. What if this is what's left over from the gate opening?
Oh, there's only one way to find out. Let's head down the stairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, what do we got to lose? I mean, I've always wanted to travel to another plane.
Alright. Well, alright. Cool. You guys...
Do you have something else to suggest?
I mean, no. Just it's just kind of fascinating. That's probably what it is.
That's what I'm kind of thinking, too. I mean...
It's not necessarily, this is the entrance to Olatin, but this is how you get to it.
Yeah.
Just keep your guard up and, try not to die.
Okay.
Is that what we always do?
So that's the plan.
Try to stay vertical.
I mean, that's what we try to do.
No staring into Medusa's eyes. Even if it's accidental.
Not spirits. Looking into whose eyes?
What? What's going on?
A Medusa or Gorgon or whatever it was?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh. I was like, what are you
we get
talking
down.
about?
That'd be hilarious if we get down and we just get all turned into stone.
Hey, I mean, you guys not only are petrified, but you're on another plane of existence. There's no chance for you guys to come back now.
Hey guys, you're now all stoned and in Ravnica. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck getting back.
That's why we wrote new characters to go and rescue our first characters.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, that probably would have to be that would have to be the thing.
All right, let's see
They
where
want
this.
to be rescued.
Let's see where this staircase leads us. If it leads us to an extraplanier place, or
See if it's the stairway to heaven
just
or the
to a
highway
basement.
Alright. So, as you
to heaven.
guys...
It's like you walk down there in a linen closet.
Yeah, it's nothing special at all. You were absolutely lied to. It's like...
It's the latrine.
Yeah, or a message...
Or we get down there and there's a lamppost.
It's the gods' porta potty.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You, guys begin to walk down. You guys are now walking down for what seems to be an entire hour.
We're going down.
Just going down. And
With the keen mind feed, I know how many hours we've been walking.
Yeah, it's been 1 hour.
1 hour, and I know what time of day it is, no matter what.
Yeah. All right, you guys now come down. You guys are coming down from over here.
What the?
You now see this almost looks like large pool, and you see that at one almost looks like it looks like a church. There are pillars. There seem to be pews in the water. This is where they would come and worship.
This whole place is covered in water. Me no likey.
And you see this in the as you guys come in, the large foot of a large stone statue that may have once been. There are pieces of it that are kind of sticking out. You can't see all of it, at least from right here, but you can see this large foot right here. When you as you guys come in, it's the same. It is pretty well lit here. You can almost see your reflection in the water.
Can I do another perception to see if I can hear anything, any movement, any rustling, anything?
You do hear ripples in the water.
I'm not having a good time.
But none of you are able to see anything. But you do hear ripples in the water, like a splash or two.
Maybe it's fish?
I don't think. Can we see how shallow that water is from where we're standing?
It seems to be about maybe 2 feet of water. It's not. It's probably enough to where you begin to realize they probably have their service in the water. The benches are placed in the water for them to sit. So where their necks, only their head is out of the water as they're having service.
So this bluish color is all water, right?
Yeah, blue, yeah. Anything that's blue is all water. This is the residue you probably think from the extraplanar travel. Is the excess water from?
Great.
So like this is above water right here, like the
yeah, partially. That's probably maybe I would say the statue is pretty big, so I'll say you could probably see that that's out of the water. It probably stands about an extra 5 feet out of the water.
So there you go. You can just walk on the back of this fallen god's body, and life is grand.
All right, I don't think it's fish swimming in that little pond.
I don't think so either.
I draw my sword.
It's dim in here?
Is it dim? Yeah, it's dim.
Well, how would everyone feel about a little extra light?
I mean, I can see perfectly fine.
If you want me to, I can do daylight too.
I feel like we should just keep the element of surprise.
can you see, Thea?
I can see.
It's dim. I can see a little bit.
I mean, you two are the only humans, and besides Selena, who doesn't have dark vision either.
I'd say extra light.
Fezzik and myself can see.
Because if anything, I could cast daylight on myself. It gives 60, what is it, a 60-foot radius? I mean, that will
How about we wait
fill this whole
to
room.
put on the light show?
What's that?
How about we wait to put on the light show?
You hear a voice coming from the water.
This was the... Alright, you know what, Cantor?
Yeah?
You can light it up if you want.
I'll probably move more out here, and I will blast it with light.
Alright, you could all now see right where Cantor is standing, right at the edge of the water, stands this almost about the size of Fezzik humanoid with the head of a shark.
Oh.
Me not like ye.
The body of a man. His fins carries a crude, it almost looks like it's made out of reef triton. I'm gonna just go ahead and post it in the picture of this bad boy.
This abomination.
Oh dear.
He is just
Shark boy!
Goes thou.
Travelers?
Travelers seeking Aladdin.
What business do you have in Olatin?
Personal affairs.
Yeah, personal affairs. Want to try to visit an old friend.
Do not lie to me.
Oh, we're not lying.
Not lying.
Make a deception check.
I'll make the deception check.
Yeah.
Please.
Well, we're not really trying to... we're visiting... We want to go and visit an old friend.
I mean, it's a half lie.
It's a half lie, but it's not lying. It's not...
That's 22.
22.
Deception.
You tell half-truths. Give me everything, or you can go out.
I'll tell you what, my good sir. How about you tell us how you feel about Queen Kiora, and we'll tell you the full truth.
If I was a little bit more bigger, giant, I would feast on her corpse. And you see, he kind of looks right over to you, Thea, and you see his teeth just wide.
Okay, listen here, buddy. We're here to get one of our friends back. And we're trying to stop Aladdin from doing something really stupid and crazy. If you stand in our way, we will chop you down.
Athos, he is after the same thing we are. They're trying to get the Bident. Kiora, could you help us? If you don't like her.
Plan to retrieve Thassa's weapon?
Yes.
Yes. This aligns with
I really don't trust the shark guy. He seems a little crazy.
He is a little what's the word? Fish for brains?
Yeah, he's like that shark from Finding Nemo. Fish are friends, not food. But then he goes crazy when he sees blood.
Nom.
Eat around him.
Let's see, hold on. What was his name?
Do my best.
Valinius believes this is the path that must be taken.
What's his name?
He says Valinius.
Valinius.
Yes, must be done. Valinius will join you on your quest.
How do you spell Valinius?
Valinius is going to be a beautiful Velinus.
That was close.
Fishood.
V. The Linnaeus.
His nickname's going to be Shark Boy.
Fishfood.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Actually, no,
Oh.
Shark Man.
Yeah. I've been waiting to use this trope for a while. Yes.
Hey, Thea, if we
Yes.
give us a second, real quick.
And you see, he goes ahead and reaches into the water and grabs a fish and bites its head off.
There we go.
If he turns against us, I'm going to tell you I told you so.
And I will well and truly deserve it.
I
But
say
if-
where we're going though, having more people on our side, especially people with the greater interest of Thassa versus Queen Bitch.
Yeah. I mean,
the
Shark
merrier.
Man's more muscle on our team.
Oh yeah,
Yes, exactly. And if
I'd
we're
rather have
after
him
the
on
wep-
our side.
yes,
And if we have
especially
to,
if
we'll
we're
put
going
him
after
down.
someone who can best a god.
If we have to, we'll put him down.
Yes, if it comes to that, I'm sure we can. For now.
All right, big man,
Yes.
lead the way.
Yes.
Oh, actually, hey,
Yes.
never mind.
You see, he gets to look at you. I must warn you that what must be done will not look pretty. He kind of
Oh.
looks at you, and you see he bites his own arm and rips some of the skin off.
Wow.
And he goes ahead
Oh.
and begins to pour his blood into the water. Oh, but you see,
Do we have to do that?
he is drawing a sigil.
Ah.
In the water?
Yeah, and you watch as now the sigil begins to almost glow, and you watch where the blood begins to circle. A whirlpool begins to stir slowly. Yes, this portal to a water.
Do we need to be concerned with breathing in a Latin?
No, supposedly airtight bubble.
Ah, very,
All
very.
right, who? I guess the Shark Man goes last, and the rest of us go first.
It was my idea. I'll go first if that's what you want.
Sure.
Oh,
If you want to, I was going to say, if you want to, Arthos, I can go right after you, so
Yeah, I'll go after Thea.
I can, watch your back, make you feel more comfortable.
All right,
Assume
let's
there's
all.
nothing else we want to do here?
I don't think there's anything else. I'm kind of curious what this fallen thing is, but of course I don't really know what that is.
I mean, the Shark Man was our biggest threat in this entire thing.
So far, well, that and that Nyx serpent, but we bypassed that one too.
Yep.
If we
All
go
right, let's
in,
go.
I'll
So
step
what
in.
else do we have? The ROTSs? I don't believe they exist.
All right, so you guys are.
Quite lovely here. I think we can spend quite a bit of time out here.
So you guys are jumping into the whirlpool.
Sure.
Yeah.
If that's our entrance.
I mean, as Kentor's is rambling on, I'm like, we should spend more time. I jump and grab him by the arm and pull him in with me.
Yeah, okay, right, love
We could
it.
make it very lovely. We could this could be a very lovely, like summer place right here. So we got the water.
Come on.
Whoa!
As that
Yank
happens,
man.
you guys are rushed through, almost kind of like this air bubble, are shot through this pool, and you can watch as water is rushing through. You see, almost kind of like almost like you guys are going in the water, but you are in this. Each of you are in your own individual airtight bubble, and you guys are shot across through several quick glimpses of. Damn, that sounds like somebody just got shot outside my window, or somebody hit something. I'll look at that later. That scared the out of me. You guys are rushed through and you see many different things. You can see a kraken reach its tentacle towards you, and it goes over your guys' bubble. You can almost see a sleeping dragon turtle, and you can see little baby dragon turtles kind of curled up like underneath it. You can see this interesting mix of a human and a fish kind of like swimming. It actually looks like the top half of a human and the bottom half of a fish. At mermaids. And you guys are thrusted towards. And suddenly, you guys are dropped. Only 5 feet. In the middle of this city. You are in the middle of this town, of this courtyard. Just suddenly out of nowhere.
Oh,
and
shit.
You guys now begin to look around. You see mostly the tritons that look very much like the ones that you fought with. That you guys recently just had a fight with. So, the name of this map is not the name of the map, but this was probably the closest thing I could get to describe to what I wanted it to look like. So just go with the name, but the style and the way I want the city to look like, this is the best depiction of it. As I bring you to Olatin.
Oh boy. We are out in the open.
So where are we located?
You guys are in just this open
I'm
courtyard.
guessing, yeah, right here.
Oh,
Yeah.
right here in the center courtyard?
Yeah, in the center. No, you guys,
Nice.
You guys, yeah, right here. Right
Oh,
there.
right,
Oh, we're right,
right below
here.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, right here. This is kind of like this like open courtyard. And right where you guys turn, there is a fountain. And you can see almost a couple of water nymphs beginning to play around this fountain, which depicts Thassa kind of like waving her hands about, trying to control the water. And you see Olatins. You see a couple more fish-like creatures and humanoids that kind of just begin to look at you ever so often. Ever so often, you do see the occasional human, the occasional minotaur, the occasional Leonin, occasional satyr. And you do remember that, this was at one time above water. So you think anybody that might have been here when it sank is probably here.
Ooh.
Fair enough.
Okay, so let's try to act natural.
Yeah.
Natural.
Just maybe lost?
Valenius can do that.
The shark guy falls down but next to us, and I'm like, oh, we're going to have a disadvantage at this.
Well,
We might.
well,
I'm assuming we probably are sticking out like sore thumbs as well.
You guys are
Like
sticking
our
out.
garb and clothing are
Yeah, you guys
completely-
are sticking out a little bit like sore thumbs. You see, this, one, like, older, like, female, Olatin looks at you. Well, that's the second time in 2 weeks that, people have dropped in the middle of this courtyard. Hi.
Second time.
Yes.
Oh.
Who was the first?
oh,
Oh. More of my kind and a young human female. Yeah. Nice girl.
Did you happen to see where they went?
That's all right. Is there someplace you could possibly recommend we could go to, maybe collect ourselves and get our bearings?
Well, let's see. There are a couple of places like that. It is possible you could go see, Igni.
Igni?
Igni, yes.
Igni.
Igni is a curious character. He is the one who built the city. Very friendly. If you follow this courtyard and you go to the center above that bridge, you see that large, looks like temple, and kind of points it. Almost kind of looks like a almost pretty big 500-foot dome.
This dome right here?
Yeah, where you guys originally thought you guys teleported.
Oh, right here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that is his forge.
At least it's a nice central location.
Well, it's a good place to start as any, right?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
We can find answers there.
Has Velenus? I mean, I'm assuming Velenus has been here before. Does he know of any Does he have any recommended place? Or
Valenius tells you he has never been here.
oh, okay.
He was trying
Remember,
to find, he was trying to find Olatin too.
Remember, Cantor, he's kind of fish brained.
Yeah, he is definitely got some issues.
Let's go. I guess we go up there and check it out.
Oh,
Thank you for the advice.
Yes. And as you guys do so, from here, as you're done talking with the old woman, you can now begin to hear loud sound of it just rings throughout the entire city, even over the sound of the people talking around you. As you guys begin walking up these steps, you now begin to look. This forge almost the steps are black, almost look like a black metal, almost. As you guys begin to walk up these sets, there are like 4 sets. There's that you guys can see. This is one entrance. As you guys come in, you now see several other smiths begin working. There's probably at total 20-something smiths here. And you can definitely see all manner of things being worked on. The very back, you see a large hammer being swung by a giant. And he is just bringing it down on this large anvil in front of him, and is what's making that bing, and that's ringing out through the entire city. You can see that his beard looks like flames. His hair, flames. I will post a picture of what he looks like in the chat for all of you. And this is exactly the armor that he is wearing as well.
So he's a fire giant.
Oh,
No.
let's not pick him off.
He is stocky. And you see this kind of older human man kind of looks at y'all. Is there something I can help you with? He kind of sees y'all come in.
Well, we were hoping to speak with Igni. It's here.
Yes, that's the big guy back there. He points to the fire giant.
Oh boy.
What do you want to talk to Igni about?
We're new in. We were recommended to talk to him as someone who could help us get our bearings.
Oh, okay, yeah. At least from what I understand, Igni built Olatin with his own 2 hands. Now you can see.
We heard as well.
You can now get the point of it. They say he built Olatin with his own 2 hands.
Well, interesting question then. So, if he built Aladdin, why doesn't he rule over it? Why is there a queen?
Queen Kiora. I honestly don't pretend to understand what's going on there. My history of this place. My parents are the ones that lived here when Olatin was. He kind of points up. And they said that there was a king here before that. He died, and then the throne was kind of empty for a while. There was just this kind of like unrest for a little bit. Then this Queen Kiora supposedly made everything better, more organized. But Igni was here before that. So if anybody has any answers, Igni might be your guy.
Okay. Well, if he's available.
Yeah, you can go try to speak with him. Most of the time, if he's too busy working, then he probably won't give you the time of day, but you might be able to bend his ear. Look, and you see he begins to go back and, begins working on, looks like pretty large, model of something. Of a ship.
That is a good question, Cantor. Why isn't Igni the ruler of all this?
Yeah.
Maybe we should open with
Building
that.
and ruling are 2 different things.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can certainly try to ask.
No, that is a very good question.
He must feel some resent towards the queen at some point.
He has to have some type of input of some kind. You'd think. But you never know. Maybe he just has no interest in governance. He just likes building things. Well, it is a question to ask.
So, you guys are going to go try to speak with Igni?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I probably should have mentioned this. Before we got ourselves too far into town here, I kind of, how would you say, hid some of my
religious
symbolism.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Yeah. I forgot to mention that. I was thinking about that actually.
I'll say that you're wise enough to probably. Oh, this may not be.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
My God smited them to the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
Robbery's not too well liked in this neighborhood.
Yeah, may not be.
Which one of these? Don't go.
I know if Atheros would be a problem.
Atheros in Olatin? See, that's kind of interesting, at least from my understanding of their relationships. They're sort of neutral. They don't have any bad blood.
Yeah, if there's any bad blood, it's gonna be with Heliod.
Okay.
Hands down.
Yeah.
And then maybe who's the other god of the polises?
Ifara?
I think that's right.
Ifara and maybe Carmentra. Maybe Carmentra.
I have a feeling that most of the people in the Latin are probably agnostic to a point.
At this point? Who knows? You guys will soon learn and find out. You guys are about to delve into an ancient culture that no one in Theros has probably ever gotten to see. You guys now come up to this large fire giant. And you can just hear bring every now and then. Arthos, you see a piece of it's about your size, begins to fall into the forge, and it kind of lands right there in front of you. Like you are just out of the range of where the pieces fall.
That was a close call.
Yeah, we're just out of the range. So, you are at his feet, looking up at him.
How do we approach this?
Politely? It's the best I've got.
What we call him, hello there, creator of the polis.
A creator of a Latin?
Yeah. Or
Sounds
the
good.
god of Aladdin. How's that? That might be too much.
Don't think we should lay it on quite that heavy.
Yeah,
Keep it in the back pocket.
keep it in the back pocket if things go bad, and he starts to look like he's getting mad.
Yeah. I don't know. You know where I'm going at, though.
Yeah.
Definitely whoop it up.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Okay. Alright.
Who's doing the talking?
Yeah, who's doing the talking?
Thinking it should definitely be Arthos more, because God forbid if I have to do a charisma check. I doubt I'm going to get
Alright.
at 20.
Same. I have a -1.
Okay, Arthos.
What time of day is it? With Arthas would know. Or has my perception of reality been distorted?
Yeah, it's been distorted right now. It's going to take you. We'll say it's going to take you time to get used to this time. How's that sound?
All right. I open with, good morrow, great blacksmith.
And
We
as
beseech
soon
an
as
audience.
you say blacksmith, you see the hammer is about to hit the anvil again. He stops, looks down. Whoa! Sorry, I didn't see you there. And you see, he kind of puts his hammer down. Oh, give me a moment. And you see, he pushes the anvil over to the side, kind of like.
He sounds like if Santa Claus was 15 feet tall.
Like pushes over the discarded bad parts that fell in front of you. Yes, what can I help you with?
Oh, we just had, excuse me, a few questions for you, oh great creator of Aladdin.
Oh, no one calls me that. You must be from out of town.
Yes, we've journeyed pretty far to get here.
Oh, yes. I may answer questions. And you see, kind of like sits down, and you kind of get about a foot of air and kind of land.
Give me a second. What are the questions?
Well, we probably want to find out.
The lay. Wait, he knows the layout. We can probably figure out.
Where will we need to go to? Maybe who do we need to talk to even get
An audience.
Audience with the Queen, and then get his opinion of the Queen. And why isn't he? Why when the King died, why didn't he take over?
My friend.
Yes.
We were wondering how we could get an audience with the Queen.
Oh, you see, he echoes. Hey, just, oh. And he kind of just looks down. Oh, you're the funny one. Alright. Oh, you want to get an audience with Queen Kiora?
Well, yes. One of our friends was brought down here to Aladdin and might be with the queen.
Alright. Well, if that is something you plan, you will be down here for a long time. Oh, she doesn't see anyone.
So, okay then. What's your opinion on her then? You seem to know much about her.
Oh, well, Queen Kiora came some 50... what? You are from Theros, no?
Yes.
We'll say 100 Theros years. Around the same time that, Xenagos came to power. Put that in perspective for you, about how long she's been here.
Did you know if Xenagos ever came down here?
He has. They have talked in the past, from my understanding. This was, of course, before the fall itself.
Right, I assumed that. How come you're not in charge?
Me? Oh, silly Leonin. I am just but a humble blacksmith. You see, my father, Furfuros, well, I guess you could say, the smallest of the children. And did not pay as much attention to me as the other that he sired. But Thassa saw my potential and brought me to Aladdin, or this space, and told me to build her a great city, and that if I did so, that I would be immortalized forever. So, when the city was built, obviously it was empty. So that is when she created the Olatans to live in. And of course, King Olatan ruled. We became very good friends. I respected him enough to not take his place after his passing. It would have been a great disservice to the throne in his memory if someone like me was to try to rule.
Alright, that makes sense, I guess.
So I wonder what's his take then on the queen?
Queen
But what do you
Queen
think of the
Kiora.
queen?
Stuck up for the most part. A usurper in her own right. Just as power hungry as the young Xenagos was.
Do you know if anyone else feels the way you do about
As
this?
far as I know, I am the only one. Because you have to
So
understand, when King Olatan died, the city fell into disorder. It was civil war. It was the Olatans versus everyone else.
Okay, just for a reference point here,
Yes.
the city didn't sink until after King Olatan passed, correct?
No. So it was during his time in reign
Okay.
that 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 Olatin sank. Air quotes. How,
Okay.
how
But then when he died, the city went into disarray.
yeah, when he died, so it's kind of one thing after another. It's like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like, oh crap, our city's
I was
underwater
just trying to
now.
get my
Oh crap,
timeline.
now King Olatin's dead. What do we do? And then they just went completely crazy.
Yeah.
Then this queen came in and kind of put everybody back in order again.
Well, yeah, with an iron.
There's gotta be a few detractors of her rule.
Well, our shark buddy here. I thought he doesn't like her.
Yes, Phineas will eat her. And you see, he goes ahead and starts.
Hey, calm down, boy.
Calm down.
And he starts like chewing on the animal on the side, leaving just little scratch marks.
Our apologies. He's a little fish brained.
A suwagan you bring.
Yeah, I think he ate too much mercury in the fish.
No, the suwagans, they are a unique breed of race. When they smell blood, their brain goes, and he kind of does like the finger like crazy.
Yeah.
We noticed.
Right. So do you know the layout of the city?
Well, I hope I would. I built it.
If the queen was having a guest over, do you know where they would stay?
Well, if it was King Olatin that was ruling, if a guest was staying, they would be staying at the castle itself. King Olatin loved having guests.
Right.
I assume this is the castle, this big thing up on the hill?
You would be correct.
Of course, I don't necessarily know that.
There's no like secondary buildings that the new queen uses?
No, she made herself at home.
So any guests that come in to see her stay in the castle?
From my understanding, yes. But the queen has not had guests in some time. From my understanding.
Well, we believe that she might have one right now.
Well, depending on their business, she may have allowed them in.
I tap on your shoulder, Arthos, and I whisper to you, I wonder if he has any idea of her plan to take out the other polises.
Hey, how should I phrase that?
And the ramifications that could bring upon his city that he built.
Theros. A big war is brewing, and we believe that the queen plans to use Olatin as one of the as a part of the armies for the surface.
What was your take on that?
Makes sense.
How would you feel? How would you feel about Olatin being
Used them to start a war?
It's for the resurrection of Xenagos.
yes, and against the other gods?
Well, to be honest, I could care less about the other gods. But Olatin being used for such a thing, it is not what it was built for. It was built to be gazed upon and lived in, not used in some despicable fashion. You see,
Right.
He stomps his foot. Arthos, you go 3 feet in the air.
Oh,
Oh dear.
big!
Well-
You're right, big guy. Aladdin shouldn't be used in that way at all.
No.
At all.
That's why we need to get an audience with the queen.
And
Do you-
honestly, between what you have done to create this beautiful city, I assume, as you can tell, I assume a beautiful, gorgeous city. If your influence help prevent Olatin from getting involved with this war and possibly even side with the other polises to stop this uprising against the other gods.
And the resurrection of
Maybe-
Xenagos.
Maybe it give blessing and your city could rise again? Just a thought.
From what we can gather and know, the more evil gods are gathering together to try and resurrect Xenagos to take over essentially all of Theros. And that includes Aladdin.
Yes. But if we could have, I mean, with you as the creator of this city, whether you may want to be a leader, you are most likely seen as one. I mean, you created this, and what all the people of this polis know is the world. That's you are in a position to ensure, heck, even just the neutrality of your city, or siding with the other polises.
It's up to you, big guy. We could really use your help.
We really could use your help.
I will allow a persuasion check from anybody in the party. You guys have
Can
all
I-
made. I won't say you can assist, but the things you guys have said have made an effect on the DC.
Ooh, okay.
I'll say that.
I'm gonna say for you, Arthos, you should do it. I mean, if I wish I could give you help.
Yeah.
18.
18. 18 is what you needed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You see, Igni begins thinking for a moment, stroking his fire-like beard. Every now and then you see kind of like a spark kind of like trickle off his beard, then kind of disappear, just kind of like a live fire would. You make good point. We must rise. Olatans must rise against this false queen. And in the interim, until a new ruler can be decided, I will serve as protector of the realm. Not ruler, but protector.
Oh,
Sounds like a plan, big boy.
And I think that's a good spot for us to take a break. Stretch a
Oh.
leg for about 5 to 10 minutes, get something to drink. I just need to use the bathroom, get me a little bit of water. As you guys plan the insurrection of a queen.
Yeah, we're essentially-
overthrowing a government.
Viva la revolution!
Yeah, we're essentially doing what like every revolutionary person has done.
Yeah, you guys find your leader.
We're the
You're gonna kill the queen, then put your leader kind of in place of them. No, hey, I mean you guys could put Valenius as the ruler.
Hey, it's
Oh,
like
God.
it happens in almost everything. Star
As long
Trek,
as we don't
Star
end up seeing
Wars,
empty chairs
D&D.
and empty tables at the end of this, we're good.
Yeah.
well, there's probably one other thing we need to talk to what's his name, Igne?
Igni. Yeah.
What was that spelled? Igne?
Yeah.
Like that, like how you spell the Latin word for fire. Yeah.
That's
Evolution.
no.
However,
I guess we'll go ahead and actually pick back up there. with
we need
that
some
talk.
leaders,
Yeah.
some city leaders.
Yeah. You guys are preparing the revolution of Alatin.
Oh boy.
So, you see, Igni is he's ready. So
Yeah.
Oh, be honest, I'm not entirely sure where to go from here.
Well,
What's the plan?
Two things I'm thinking, Igne. First off, we're going to need to have a layout of the castle.
I can.
I mean, since you built
I
it, you probably
don't
know
have
every.
one, but I can make one.
I was gonna say, since you built it, you probably know every broom closet and every
Down
secret
to the last
entry
pebble.
because
Oh yes.
obviously,
Now I cannot.
the domain is going to have
If there
more
had
than
been
one.
any modifications since I built it, I would not
Well,
be able to tell you. But I can tell you what the implications were for.
sure. And really, I have a feeling a man of your stature, even if you don't know any nations, you'll probably find a way around that.
Oh,
A man of your stature, I think.
oh, thank you. That's the first time I've ever. You're calling me tall. You kind of like. You could probably realize. I mean, compared to you know, you guys compared to him, he's probably, I would say, probably 20 foot tall.
Well, I wasn't really saying stature in terms of height, but that works.
Title.
That works. Yeah,
Oh,
in
okay,
terms of
yeah.
his
Oh,
position and
oh.
knowledge. But hey, you know what? If he interprets it as his height,
That's
perfectly fine.
that's exactly how he interpreted that.
So that's perfectly fine. If
Manly
it still
heavy.
kind of serves the purpose. Still serves the purpose. And probably the second thing we need to know, do you happen to know of any other leaders of the city
Well,
that would be willing to back us on this?
leaders, no, but I can tell you some of those that are not from Alatin that stay here. That would be probably the easiest.
Do you think they would be sympathetic to our cause?
Calliope may.
Well, that's a start. We can at least start with them.
You guys can make a history check on that name.
Come on. Oh, I'm on the wrong-
17.
17?
Are you kidding me?
17's pretty good.
Huh? 18.
Hey,
Nice.
18's pretty good. And what did you get, Arthos?
8.
8.
I rolled a
Who's
2
got a
plus
rock?
6.
Kator, you know, this actually kind of makes sense. And, I would say it makes sense for both of you that you both got this. Calliope is also known as Calliope the Mariner. Told in the tale, the Calliopeia, which is a narrative that focuses on Calliope herself. Calliope is known to be the greatest sailor that ever lived. Calliope
Interesting.
was a human trickster from Meletus who sailed a ship called the Monsoon. She was
And
the
she's here?
She was the first mortal to decipher the secret patterns of the winds, provoking Thassa many times. And she sailed over the edge of the world into Nyx to claim her place among the stars. She's also one of the very few that document some of the islands on the Darker Isles.
Ah.
So she's pretty well known. Anybody that wants to be, this is basically Blackbeard. If you have to put this is how famous. But she, between Blackbeard being I wouldn't say evil, but morally gray. Calliope was more of a prankster, just kind of like your Jack Sparrow. Let's go ahead. Everybody's doing it. We're talking about Johnny Depp, so
Why not?
yeah. So let's go ahead. But it's basically like Jack Sparrow, but if they were a female. Yes. She owns a bar down here in Olatin. She got into it after, well, she sailed too close and, ended up in this temporal bubble of sorts.
I say we go and meet up with this pirate, and
You will find her, well, you'll find the tavern on the other edge of the city. If you follow down my forge to where probably the courtyard where you may have entered in, and you that section across from the courtyard, you will see what looks to be a shipwreck, but she has turned the hull of her ship, hollowed it out, and made it into a tavern.
so like somewhere over in here,
Yeah,
like
kind
in
of
that area.
Yeah, kind of like closer to the water. Like
Oh,
just,
like more over here.
yeah, I'd say probably right there's a good spot. We'll say right there. I like that
Okay.
spot.
All right. Again, I'm game for this.
Alrighty. If there are no objections, I will go ahead and bring you back to a map that you guys are already somewhat familiar with. You know, in what we did last week, we're going to recycle our maps a little bit.
Recycling.
Recycling.
Fair enough.
Remember, kids, reduce, reuse, recycle.
Yeah, exactly. It's your best friend. Only difference is,
Oh, yes.
you are going to get a different token. Give me a moment as I pull that up. I thought I already had it. Give me a moment. I gotta pull it up.
Next to Thea.
Hello.
Is it me you're looking for? I don't pretend to be that good at singing, so don't get me wrong. I don't know, something like that. That just went.
I was going to say, I was going to ask you. It's like
that went really off the rails. I don't know where that was going.
I was going to ask you, who sings that again?
That's a good question. Tell you what,
Oh, I thought that was straight improv.
yeah.
I was going to say,
no,
it's whoever sings it originally. Let's
So
look at that one.
so it kind of was. Then I kind of just the improv went really off the rails. Like, you know, I did a little bit of improv in college and stuff, but it has been a long time. Biggest rule was just say yes. And I was like, but that's a terrible life lesson. Can we say something else? No.
Well, I always heard it as yes and.
Yeah,
Then you're
yeah,
agreeing, but adding.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yes, and
Neither here nor there.
Yeah, always say yes or yes and is how I've always heard it. So, very similar to what you guys saw. Layout's about the same. Instead, the wood floor is made out of the hull of the ship, and she's just kind of hollowed out any spots of the ship and just kind of turned it into this little tavern area.
Cool.
You can see her mining the bar. You see she currently has daggers up in the air, and she is taking a dagger, and it looks like in front she is chopping up, looks like a fish. She lays it on the dagger, flips them, and has them all land on this grill in front of her, and she lays them down and begins to grill the fish. These guys are coming in. Hey, give me just 1 minute. Once these are done, I will take your order, whatever you want. just don't ask
What's
for
the name of this
water.
place?
This is the Monsoon. Named it
Yes, that's right.
named it after my old ship. Cause well, yeah. Anyway,
Lovely.
she goes ahead and puts the dagger on it. It kind of flips it over and begins to grill it on the other side. It begins sliding these these kind of patties with some kind of like slaw on top, making some kind of grilled po' boy.
Oh.
And sliding it down to,
Oh.
and she seems to be knowing what she's doing. So
Oof.
a good look at her. I will give this to you guys in the Discord. Then I will describe a little bit better about what she actually looks like, and that may not be working the way I want it to. It might not. It may upload. It may not. There it is.
There it is.
So she
Cool.
is very tomboyish, I would say. Doesn't really have any womanly features about her. And she is wearing this very simple, like hide armor, and over it you do see like a sash, white sash that flows with white, and every now and then on like where her forearm, her bicep, knees and thighs are, you can see patches of the starry sky of Nyx on her skin. Almost very similar to what Nyxus the Nyxborn looks like. Huh?
Yeah.
Since you guys, I know you guys know what Nyxus looks like and what you guys know about Nyxus. Tossing that guy, because you guys, Pez's insight is good enough to like pick up on that. Okay, so those are done. What can I get you? You just wanna, how special you guys look like you're not from here.
No, we just arrived a few minutes ago.
Oh, great, awesome. So what can I get you?
I don't know. How about like a jug of ale and some of that delicious smelling fish that you were making.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, when you have a chance, maybe a couple minutes of your time.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, I can multitask as I'm cooking your food. We can talk. How's that sound? It's a
Sounds
pretty
like a plan.
easy, simple process. It took me a couple years, but I can cook your food and look at you the entire time and not burn it.
Oh, and actually,
Yeah.
what I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of split up a little bit of like my spices and stuff like that, and say it's like also from one cook to another. Here you go. Some spices and stuff from topside. I know that's probably hard
Wow,
to get.
that is potent. And she kind of like puts her nose back. Yeah, that is straight from topside. So it's been a long time since I've smelled that. That's paprika, lemon pepper in that. I'm actually surprised at that. Well, it's been a while since I've had that. You know that.
It also has some mustard in there,
Yeah,
and some pepper in there.
Yeah, I see that. I'll actually use that. Thank you. So,
You don't have to use it for us. You don't have to use it for us. If you want to have it for your own personal stash, it's
So
just
no.
one cook to another.
If I'm going to use it, I'm going to probably start using it. You know, at least until it's gone. Call it a limited edition item.
There you go.
Maybe I can make a little extra, probably 5 silver on it if I want to.
There you go.
Anyway, you guys said you want to talk, and you see she begins like, she watches. She takes the fish. She begins cleaning it right there in front of you. She takes a fish from a bucket, kills it, and starts cleaning it right there in front of you.
Nice. Is there like other people around us though?
Oh yeah, it's it's pretty diverse. Except this
Well, I'm
time
thinking,
there is
like, within,
more
like, earshot.
aquatic looking people here. You do see like one other human, a Leonin, and a Minotaur sitting at a table together. They're the outsiders, so this is kind of their table.
Yeah, because like I wanted to try to keep it a little on the down low.
Yeah, but it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, a friend of ours in town, recommended us talking with you
All right.
in dealing with the current, how would you put it, political status of the city.
Okay.
We have very good information that the Queen is working with other powers to usurp the other polises as she has done here. And when it comes to war, there's casualties on both sides. Our mutual friend obviously does not want to see that happen to his beloved city.
Let me guess.
Like
So
an emphasis
you want me to
on
join
is
your little revolution to try and
we're
overthrow
curious. We're
Queen
curious.
Kiora? You see, by this time she has like cleaned the fish and she's now beginning to slice up the fish.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what I'm getting from this conversation.
Yes.
Okay. Now
Basically,
I say tit for tat. You give me
Sure.
information, I ask questions. If you're
Sure.
asking me to join, why ask me?
Well, our friend mentioned that you probably have an interest in this as well. As I said, in war, there's casualties on both sides. You do well for yourself here. And I'm afraid, with the way things are going, topside, you guys are not aware of the forces that you're going against. And I don't want to see your polis be punished by the gods any more than it has been already. And in fact, I would like to see this become, hopefully, a redeeming factor that might even allow you to come back to the surface.
What's your name?
My name is Cantor.
Cantor. I judge by the bandage around your face you're blind, but do you know who I am?
I absolutely know who you are.
Do you know the things that I've done?
No, I mean, there's a lot of stories and a lot of probably embellishment.
Do you know who I have made mad?
Yes.
So, Cantor, my friend, why would the thorn in Thassa's side want to see Olatin raise once more as the biggest trick to the old sea witch?
Because if you don't, Xenagos might destroy it.
Melitus is my home. I have no love for Olatin. I'm from Melitus.
Well, and once the city is raised, you can go back to your old ways if you want.
Look, what my friend is trying to say here is that if you don't help us, Theros is going to go bye-bye.
Including
And a
your
lot-
home of Melitus.
We're afraid that Aladdin is going to be laid waste in retaliation for what the Queen is trying to do. And we don't want to see destruction of that scale.
At this
You know of
point,
Xenagos,
you
right?
watch as she has like took in the slivers of meat, flipped them on her dagger, and just kind of sitting there like bouncing them for a little bit, listening. Slides them on the grill and begins pressing down and begins cooking them. Like she hasn't missed a beat yet.
It's one of those things that if the city can be redeemed, if Aladdin can be redeemed, it opens up all those possibilities for you again. You can sail the seas again. You can come back to Melitus on your own, untethered.
Either way, you're going to be involved in this, whether you like it or not.
There's that too. As I kind of look over, it's like war is coming whether you want to or not. We just want to make sure that you are on the right.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion check.
Yeah, that's.
Okay.
I will allow you to help with this one.
Cantor, do you want to do the persuasion check?
I say you do the persuasion check, and I can give you help.
And get help?
Yeah.
Oh, baby, it's 17 and a 19 plus 8.
There you go.
There we go.
19 plus 8, that's 26, I think?
19 plus 8 is 27.
27 was off by a number.
Close enough.
Alright. Cool. Yeah, sure. That sounds like a great idea. Alright, cool. When are we doing this? How are we doing this? And she has set the plate out in front of you. Before you guys realize your grilled po' boy is right there in front of you.
Yum.
Oh.
Yes. I'll probably start eating a little bit. I'm going to eat and talk, of course.
Yeah, it is pretty good. It is
Pretty damn tasty.
It's like a po' boy, but instead of fried, it's kind of grilled.
It's like blackened.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
there we
speak
go.
my language.
As I'm like drooling.
Yeah.
If it's kind of like blackened, but yet still kind of quasi poached in the middle.
Yeah, it's really good.
Perfect.
He's had a long time to perfect this.
Oh, I know exactly where you're going with this, though. It's kind of like the way I like to make my fish, anyway.
Yeah,
in real life.
It's kind of how my uncle always did it too, and
So,
my uncle
yeah,
did some pretty
whenever I'm not
questionable things
frying
too.
it, whenever I'm not frying it and I grill it, it's more of like that blackened yet poached in the center.
Yeah,
Super high heat.
We won't
Anyway.
discuss my uncle. We will not discuss Uncle Richard. Uncle Richard is the. We don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk.
Oh,
about
there we go.
Bruno. Yeah, we don't talk
Fair
about. Yeah, we don't talk about Uncle Richard.
I feel like I like that in our family, but
yeah,
that's new.
But all right. So
So
who
probably the one thing we
who
need
else
to
do
make.
we got? Oh, okay, no.
Well,
Sorry.
we need to probably see. I mean, you're the first person that we came to, because right now it's
Okay, Cantor.
who
What
you
is that?
see right. Yeah. What was that?
Let's not lie to our new ally.
No, I'm not. I'm going to tell her the truth. It's like right now it was. I mean, before her, it's like
Igni.
it's us.
And you got
Yeah.
crazy freaking Valenius who's sitting there. He is kind of looking.
Oh, yeah.
He's kind of looking at it, kind of confused, like it's cooked fish. Like
Trust me, man. It's good.
It's good.
It'll be good, and it tastes like fish. You'll like it.
kind of takes a bite, like kind of nods, like.
Not bad.
Valenius
I
not
know
sure
it's-
about this. It tastes.
I know it's not what you're
strange,
familiar with, but
I wouldn't eat it every day. But if I was starving out in the middle of nowhere, there were no fish, I would eat this.
there you go.
It's kind of like
It'll be worth it.
It's like kind of like pat him on the shoulder. Good job.
He definitely appreciates it. So I'm the first one in this. A Sawagan.
We definitely want to find anybody else, and I'm not sure if you would happen to know anybody else that we could reach out to kind of help ensure our numbers. Because you know the queen is not going to go down without a fight.
No, yeah, definitely wouldn't.
And I wouldn't put it past that she probably has very strong influence over her guards, unless you know something otherwise.
I'll be honest with you. I'm sitting here racking my brain. I've been here a while. Not as long as, others. I was sailing through Nyx, and somehow I went too far, and I ended up here somehow.
That's what we've heard. I mean, that's what the stories are topside.
Yeah. One of the, but anyway, I've been here a while, and I don't know anyone that would be wanting to help. I mean, everyone else, it's not necessarily that they love the queen, but it's better than what they had.
What would they do if she was suddenly deposed?
Oh, they would go back to fighting and killing each other. And I would be serving them both. And making money off of it.
What if our mutual friend took control after the queen's demise? He says that he would be willing to be an interim ruler until someone properly could be.
If we're talking about the same mutual friend, you wouldn't get everyone in the city. But there are some actual loyalists to Queen Kiora. I would say it would be probably more 70-25 if our mutual friend was. So 75 would go for him and 25 would go for the current ruler.
What about?
Well, that's in our favor.
That should be fine. That's 3-1. 3-1 odds are pretty decent. We can handle that.
Yeah, that's what I would guess would happen.
Yeah, 3-1 is a very safe number for us to go on the offensive with. Never less than 3-1. Never less. Especially against somebody who's in a fortified position.
Yeah. Definitely.
If
So,
the people are as attached to the queen as you say, or vaguely not detached, perhaps we need to focus more on subterfuge than open rebellion.
well, it also becomes the question is where do the clergy and the guards
I'll be
enforcement
honest with you. The guards, as far as I know, are definitely loyal. I'll be honest with you. I have not walked into a church of Thassa the entire time I've been here.
Well, of course. That makes sense.
But there is a gentleman that does come in. Usually comes in the next 10 minutes or so. That supposedly is an acolyte there. Not a priest, but he's an acolyte there.
That we definitely want to. I think we definitely want to talk to them.
Yeah.
If you can maybe help, introduce us. More allies we can have in the beginning is going to be huge than hoping that they're going to follow us while we're in the middle of it. And by the way, I don't know if my perception would have picked up the other non-Alatans in the room. Maybe, like the smells of, the Minotaur.
It just kind of all like melds together at this point. So it's kind of hard to pick that up.
Okay. I was going to say, I'll just bring up, what about the non-Alatans? Where would they probably stand? Especially if we tell them that this war could destroy their homelands.
I'd be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure how they would feel. From my understanding, probably the ones that are not from Olatin were either visiting on business and then just kind of melted together, formed whatever communities they did. There's a...
Maybe having a meeting with them, with some of these members of the city.
There is a section of the city that's where they predominantly stay. It's considered a shouldn't go to zone for other residents. Make sense?
Makes sense.
If you follow where my ship is, and you go...
We're like here right now.
Yeah, you guys are right here. You guys will come right over to this area. This triangle, that is your non-allotments.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking what we should probably do is I'm also kind of talking to the rest of our group here.
Here is little Theros over here.
Where's little that's little Theros?
That's
Well played. Well
Nice.
played.
Well played.
It just came right off the top of my head. Like, this is
Well
little
played,
Theros.
yeah. Well played.
Thank you. I tried really
So,
hard.
what I'm thinking what we should probably do is spend maybe like the next day or two in the city here, building up allies. That also gives a chance for, what's his name? Igna to get us the general map and lay of the land. We can talk to those in Little Theros. Maybe try to get some of the clergy, because I think I know a way that we can leverage that. Because if the queen has taken Thassa's
Throne.
what is it? Bident? Trident?
Yeah.
Bident?
Yeah, bite it. It's a
Yeah,
bident.
Bident.
Yeah.
That's probably of great interest and
I
probably
think they did that to make sure they don't step on Greek mythos and like get
Probably.
copyright. So.
well, there is such a thing as a Bident as well as a Trident.
Yeah.
I mean, they are. There is.
Technically,
it's
Hades has a bident.
Yeah, it's a fork.
Yeah,
really,
it's a fork. But
it's just a fork.
anyway.
But yeah, yeah. Where was I going at? Oh yeah, because it's like frog spears and stuff like that. That's a Bident.
Yeah.
You know, if you ever done frog hunting, then you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But no, but it's like if the queen stole Thassa's Bident, her church and followers probably are not comfortable with the queen being in possession of that. Unless she's really blown some smoke up their butts to convince them otherwise. That's just my... I don't know what you guys think.
That's a pretty good point.
Plausible.
I'm thinking we should try to leverage that position. As well as, you know, the fear of destruction of the city in retaliation for this war that she's probably going to lose at the rate that of the things that we're doing.
Right.
I mean, the other three polises are in the process of mobilizing. We actually told them to kind of get together and start planning shit out. And this is really like our last big polis, I believe.
Technically,
Well, besides the returned and the...
besides the returned one and Scophos,
This is like one of the big...
Yeah. So Adonus. So you got Adonus, Scophos, and Tethmos.
Yeah.
Tethmos it's not a polis, but it is the Leonin capital. So
Yeah.
it's you could consider that like that is Pride Rock.
Yep.
Basically, yeah, I would. So, in its heyday, Olatin was considered like one of the major polices.
Yeah. And by me referencing them right now still as a major polis,
Yeah.
because they potentially could be a major polis.
This both feels like we're running for a political campaign and trying to start a revolution.
At the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure that we cover our bases here, because we are taking out somebody that's a lot more powerful than us. I don't think this is going to be something where it's like just the six of us can stroll on in there, like Charlie Chaplin, with his little cane swirling in there. Dun, 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 dun. No, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And I don't think we could pull off the sting,
So are you suggesting that we'll be able to draw her out into a fight? I had my doubts that she's that dumb.
Yeah,
I don't think we're going to be drawing her out into a fight, but what we can do is once we get ourselves in the castle and confront her, that's when we can trigger our allies to essentially start storming the castle. Now she's pulled into different directions. She has to deal with us directly in her face, but she also has this mob outside that wants to basically burn her at the stake.
That still has us alone fighting her.
We
that
might
part of
be
it
able to
does not
bring some
change.
extra people. We might be able to bring a small contingent with us as well. Obviously.
Yeah, a small contingent, but the way you were phrasing it there made it sound like you were saying we were going to have an army hitting her.
Well,
enough.
we're going to be bringing enough in that it's going to be able to
I
take
want you
out.
to picture what you guys currently have right now, as far as people that might be going inside. We have Thea, we have Arthos, we have Cantor, we have Fezzik, you have Celine, and you also have Valenius right now.
Big Shark Man.
Yeah.
That's
And
what we have so far.
That's who you have confirmed that will probably be going inside with you, face to face with the evil.
But if we can maybe grab like another, I don't know, dozen, maybe 2 to come along with us of just other people.
That's
Cantor's essentially saying we'll have extra people inside the castle and an army in our back.
Yes, that's basically knocking down the front door.
Yeah, so you guys are going to get a total, and split off into groups are going to do different things. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
And honestly, I would love to have this gal be the face of the group on the outside, beating down the doors and causing hell outside, while us and our small contingent are sneak in.
You want a certified trickster to basically pull a big finger to her. Is basically what you want her to do.
The biggest one she can do, yeah.
The biggest one she can do. We want it to be. Well, we want it to be an offensive, not just offensive, but be an offensive. Something forward moving.
We have to keep in mind. We have to keep in mind how the people of Alatin are going to see that. We're trying to put a trickster up front. What are we trying to pull here?
Well, then why not have our big shark man be leading the army in?
Valenius lead?
Yes, but then you don't get to eat the queen's face. There's a difference.
No,
you get to eat a lot of other. You get to eat a lot of other people, but you might not get the queen.
No, eat queen.
We can try to.
Ignis?
Funny as that would be.
Valenius. So, he is bigger fish.
Yes, you are.
That's my big guy.
Actually,
Pat.
Valenius, where's the rest of your people at?
The Sawagan? There are 10 of us. They...
Total?
Yes. We live in Neolatin. My people were residents of Olatin, but when sank, many of us
10 of
were
you
here.
Total?
10 in Theros.
Are you the only one here?
Yes. That's from Theros, yes.
Well, crap. I was kind of hoping he might have a couple more of them.
From Olatin. There may be Olatin still here.
I was just wondering that.
Maybe that's something else we can search out over the next couple days.
Where would Sawagan be in Olatin? He kind of like sits down and begins to ponder. We don't like open spaces. No house. Is there water?
There's
bubble?
Yeah, there's a few pools. There's a few water spots around here.
Sawagan will be there.
Do you think you can maybe check that out for us?
Yes! Valenius will go now! And you see, he kind of just raises, and he just gets up and breaks the chair, doesn't even realize it, and runs out the bar like he has found his mission.
We could have unleashed the monster, but the monster's still on our side.
Exactly.
It's controlled chaos.
I'm okay with this.
It's kind of like letting the Hulk kind of just, hey Hulk.
I kind of have mixed feelings about this in my my normal lawfulness.
Yeah.
That I just unleashed chaos to this poor city.
I put my hand on your shoulder. At the end of the day, whatever happens, you can still blame me.
No, we don't blame anyone.
We don't blame anyone.
Hey,
I'll make our own choices here.
Know when the acolyte guy showed up, right?
Oh yes, absolutely.
He's gonna be sitting over there at a table by himself, and you see, a blue cloaked figure kind of sits down at a table by themselves. You can see a depiction on the right, on the upper right part of the toga, a symbol of white waves kind of splashing against his cloak, which is the symbol for Thassa.
All right. I said we go over there. See, the other thing I was thinking is that there's those... I mean, you guys probably... Did you guys tell me about that other table of non-Alatans when we walked in? Thea or Arthos? Did you guys mention that? Because we probably would want to talk to them, too.
Is there one?
Most likely.
At some point, we probably would like to maybe have a little while with them and see if we can maybe, meet up with one of their leaders over there in Little Theros. So, yeah, I said we go and talk to the clergy dude.
Okay. He's currently sitting by himself. You see, she's already started making a sandwich, and she kind of slides it over, and she kind of sits there at a drink for him, and he already has his money out and everything, ready for her. Like, this is a normal thing. Probably comes here every day at the same time.
I was gonna say, it's like, if you want me to, I can deliver the food to him over there.
That's no big issue. And you see, she is not only serving the food to him, but she's still behind the counter at the same time.
Ah.
Oh, sorry, I probably should have told you. So, kind of going through Nyx, I kind of picked up a little extra, little gifts. I call this duplicity. You like it?
It is quite clever.
Pretty cool.
something I'm still working on, but figured why not. And you see, the duplicate kind of goes over, kind of re-merges with the original, and kind of like shakes her face a little bit. Her duplicity is it's a early stages of duplicity. Still getting used to the effects, but you guys are now sitting at the table with this blue cloaked figure. Is there something I can help you guys with? Nobody usually sits over here with me, so what do you want?
We're new here, and we're just trying to understand a couple things that we've noticed around town. And before we really speak up to anybody and, look like idiots, we were kind of hoping that, a man of the cloth might be a little bit more understanding of what's, of some of these maybe ignorant, but at least innocent questions that we have. If you would care to indulge us.
Sure. He kind of begins to go ahead and take his hood off, revealing about your age, Cantor. The only difference is he does have hair, and he can see, but he's about your age, long black hair that kind of just falls into a ponytail behind him. What do you want to ask or talk about then?
If this becomes a conversation that's too delicate or uncomfortable, just let me know, because sometimes I'm not perfect at saying these type of things. But we happen to notice the Queen.
Queen Kiora.
Yes. She's not from around here, is she?
No, she's not. Not. Well,
So she's
more. Actually, if I have to be truthful, I think we're closer to where she's from than where we're from. Does that make sense?
I think I understand what you're saying. Yes. So she probably isn't even. She's probably not even a follower of yours, is she?
She is not. She, in fact, stories, rumors, says that she is in a way a conqueror of sorts. He goes to these other places. Don't know what you call them. Don't know if it's even a real thing. It's just stories. Bedtime stories. Things to make scholars' heads hurt.
I think we've heard some of the stories.
She is a conqueror of water. If a place has water, she's going to try and take it. To assert that she is the most powerful force of water that is around.
So is that how she won the Bident? That she carries? And I purposely say the word won.
She did not.
She beat somebody for it.
That Bident. It was luck on her side. And a mistake on Thassa's.
So she probably shouldn't be having them.
No, it does not belong to her. It was not made for her.
Is that what makes her declare herself as queen? The possession of the Bident?
Yes.
A Bident that she really didn't win properly or fairly.
No, but the people of Olatian needed a leader after King Olatian died, and she was the closest thing to Thassa and closest thing to King Olatian.
Well, there's leaders, and then there's conquerors and dictators, and the ilk.
She was at the right place at the right time.
Are the Alatans really satisfied with her being their leader? Knowing the means that she went about?
What's the phrase that is said? I don't know if it said where you're from. I don't even know where you're from. But, the phrase, I believe, goes, they've become not content, but they just don't care. As long as it's somebody that is keeping order, they don't care. It's not that they really love her or anything like that. It's better than what was.
Well, what does the church, your order, feel?
We are all but gone. There are 6 of us total, if you include our head priest. They have really much worship of the gods have stopped for the most part here, as if we've been abandoned. But our church still holds strong in faith that Thassa still listens.
So you basically accept her out of reluctance, again, out of lack of anybody else.
Yes.
Could you possibly explain what luck allowed her to get the Bident in the first place?
From my understanding, because this battle was fought between other places. It ended in Theros. The queen was bloodied and beaten. I don't know how she did it, but when Thassa impaled her with her bident to strike the final blow, she somehow survived the final blow and took the bident with her.
As simple as that?
As simple as that.
Can I do an insight check or an arcana check to see if I would know of some magic that would allow her to do that?
You can make a I'd let you make an arcana check.
One tiny dice. 14.
You probably haven't heard anything, but because this is god level stuff.
Yeah.
This is like old, like probably old magic that nobody likes to talk about. It's necromancy's uglier cousin.
Where would the church stand? Well, actually, first off, are there any other temples or worshiping of gods here?
We are the only church.
Okay. I kind of assumed that, but I wanted.
We are not the only church, but we are the only church that has residents that worship. The churches have been sort of turned into a community for those that got stuck in Olati when everything happened.
Gotcha.
Is there a temple to Atheros?
There is one.
Could you tell me where it is?
It is actually not too far from mine. It's maybe 500 feet from door to door.
I so want to ask a question, but I know I can't.
You can definitely ask a question.
No.
Is
Nope.
it?
Nope. Nope. We're not going to let that cat out of the bag yet.
Okay.
And what is that church being used for now, if it is not currently used as a place of worship?
Empty, from my understanding.
See.
Hey, if anything, that might be a good safe house.
If I can remember, Father Zivis said that there was a priestess there some years back, but some say that she died.
See.
And no one took her place. Mother Esnen was her name.
Esnen?
Esnen. Esnen.
Yep.
Where would the church stand if somebody tried to confront the queen? And even
how would the Church of Thassa stand?
Yes. Especially if it's in the interest of wresting the Bident from her grasp and give it back to its rightful owner.
Honestly, I would think, at least from the way Father Zivis speaks and feels, that they would support an army, or at least aid them. I mean, not fight, but they would aid them.
And do you have a lot of followers?
We have a total of 6 of us. You have a priest and 5 acolytes.
In terms of, like, people coming to your services or anything like?
It's just us. As I said,
So,
most of the people have felt that the gods have gave up on them.
and it sounds like they've given up their...
That's kind of... Their eyes have not been open to that.
It seems like, in general, this populace is very lackadaisical.
I agree.
How do you think the people would react if it could be proven that the gods can see or hear them?
It might inspire them. Might.
See.
But it's not that I don't see it happening. I know Thassa will listen. It's the others that... though Thassa's words don't come as often as they used to. As if her power is shrinking. I notice from time to time that I have the ability to shape water from time to time. There are some days where my magic is completely gone. Then there are days where I am at full strength. Then there are days I'm at half strength. Kind of comes and goes.
what other temples exist here in town? What other gods had temples here?
What other gods? I want to say you did have. Well, technically, there's not a church of Theros, but if you want to consider Igni's Forge a church, that would be the closest thing to a church of Theros.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that.
Because Theros doesn't do churches. He every a guild house, a blacksmith shop.
That's his temple.
Yeah, that's his temple. There is one. There is one to Keranos, but Keranos and Thassa have had some issues over the years. I can tell you they tore down the one to Heliod. You won't find one here.
Oh, that would make sense.
Yeah, that one's obvious.
Yeah, they defaced it and burnt it.
That makes sense. Where was it located anyway, out of curiosity?
Where was it located? It was located on the other side of the Atheros church.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they used to be right next to each other.
So, what's there now?
A field?
Just a field?
Yeah. No plaque or...
I'm surprised you guys didn't, salt the earth. As I actually left.
What I mean by a field, it is basically dirt.
Oh, so you did salt the earth.
Me personally, no. Okay,
I
should probably explain. I'm not from Olatin.
Oh, really? Where are you from?
I'm from Theros. I, for some time, lived on the Darker Isles. This never had a name for the island, but nice village. For some time until the slavers came.
Slavers?
Yeah, I was probably a baby when it happened.
Do you have any memory of who these slavers were?
Some. I recognize some of the faces. Most of the time it's their voices and screams of the other children that were on board. Say, do you mind if I look at your... And he realizes you're blind.
Yes.
He looks at your blindfold for a moment. How long have you been wearing this?
Since birth. I was born blind. And when the slavers... What's our hometown again, Arthos? Axis or whatever?
You were the blind kid.
Yep, Axis.
You were the blind kid that was born on the ship. You screamed the loudest.
It was pretty rough. They didn't want anything to do with me. I was told that my mother had to do despicable things just to ensure that I would have basic necessities. And when they finally got to shore, I was dropped off at one of the local temples. And I was raised there.
I always thought they just threw you overseas. I was on that ship for almost my entire life.
Really?
Yeah. It was only till about a year ago I finally went crazy, and one night
I have so many questions for you.
Snuck on the deck of the ship. I untied the anchor from the boat and tied it to me.
Oh.
And I remember my lungs going numb, the burning of the water in my mouth. Then I could breathe again. And there she was, looking down at me.
Do you know who the captain was, or the name of the boat, or anything?
The boat. It was, you see, it's all starting to, like, click together, like flashes of memory, like, you see his eyes are like, looks like he's kind of convulsing a little bit, but you see his eyes are kind of, like, blinking back and forth.
Yeah.
The boat. Oh, the boat. It was named, Typhoon's Nemesis.
I kind of turned to where I know Arthos is sitting, and I'm like, hoping.
Sorry, I don't mean to. If you guys need to be anywhere or do anything, I'm sorry if I'm keeping up your time.
Sorry, what's going on? I just had a coughing fit.
Typhoon's Nemesis was mentioned by this person.
Yep.
And that's when I looked over to where I know you were sitting, as in, like, do you know of this boat?
The Nemesis?
Typhoon's Nemesis.
Typhoon's Nemesis.
Do you know what the captain's name was?
Would I have any recollection?
You can make a history check because of who your father is.
That's where I was going at.
Yeah, no, that's as far as a captain name, I don't really seem to remember the captain's name. I remember his face.
Can you describe it?
Angry. Rough.
I got a 24 on the history check.
24? Your father has mentioned the Typhoon's Nemesis before. It is sort of a slaver / raider ship. Basically, they don't care who it is. They see a ship, they raid it, and they usually do not leave anybody left alive. If they leave anybody alive, they end up becoming slaves.
Do you happen to know who that captain was? Or last known captain, Arthos?
No, I don't. My father never told me about any last known captain.
No. Yeah. I mean, he's just... Your father doesn't like talking a lot about work. He never really wanted you to get involved in that kind of stuff.
Like the first lead!
So he never really gave you the name. He did mention it, like, the freaking Nemesis struck again. It sunk one of my ships.
Again.
It was like every 3 months one of his ships would sink.
Did this captain have any distinguishing marks on him? Like a scar or calico eyes, or always wore the same type of special hat that you've never seen before, or
he was looked like a walking corpse.
You what?
It looked like a walking corpse. Like, you see after someone has died, you see what's left what's left after about a year.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about a returned?
Sort of, but without the mask. Like, maybe somebody that didn't even get to go across at all. Someone that didn't make it across to the underworld.
Well, that would explain why he was angry and rough.
Is that something that can happen?
It has been known to happen. So you have to understand, and this is why there was a church of Atheros here to begin with. The burials at sea are very important. Someone dies at sea, they are done a particular way to make sure that the payment doesn't float away from the body. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You have to take the body, wrap it up in a sheet, and basically put the payment underneath the sheet. That way when Atheros comes and picks up the body, that the payment's still there. If you just drop the coin on the body, sometimes it may not reach it. Or reach it by the time Atheros gets there. And then you just have a single lonely bronze copper coin at the bottom of the sea. Meant for someone that it never reached.
I see.
Yeah. Not many places, as far as I know, practiced it that way. But it was a fundamental idea that was kind of made in Olatin for the feudal rights for those that die at sea. Like I said, that's why that the head priest of Thassa, Father Zivis, had a working relationship with Mother Essen.
Of course.
In fact, I actually have keys to the place. If you guys want to go.
I would very much like that.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
actually.
I was going to ask one last thing. I was going to ask him what his name was.
Oh, mine?
Yes.
What is it?
Artio.
Artia?
Artio.
RTO.
Yeah, Artio. Yeah, I don't have to be back for a little bit. I usually just sit in here for about an hour before I gotta go back. We can go ahead and head back, but spend the time there. You guys can look around if you want. That's sort of kind of what my thing is. I kind of, though nobody goes there, sometimes I go in there from time to time when I want to pray and want to be away from other people. I know it's strange to go to the church, the temple next door to do that, but we tend to pray pretty loud, so it's nice to be able to do that in a quiet place where there's no one else.
Yes, of course.
Anyway, you guys ready to go?
If you're finished with your meal.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
This is, yeah. I'm not entirely sure exactly how Calliope does this, but this is amazing. It's actually a little different tasting this time, but it's still delicious. And you see he kind of goes ahead and props up and, after he gets up. You see Valenius kind of runs back in. Oh, I felt so again! And he kind of just raises his stick to the sky, and people look at him like... And then they kind of look at him for a second, then begin back to eating again.
As I just kind of usher him over, towards me, and I'm like, I'll catch up with you guys, okay? I'm gonna kind of pull Shark Boy off to the side, doesn't freak people out, right?
I found some wagon.
You did?
Yes.
That's excellent.
5 of us now.
Okay. and accepting of you and everything, and did you tell them about what we're looking at?
Uh-huh.
And they're on our side?
They said they would like to eat through the reef-infested corpses of her beloved followers. It's basically what... That is what it translates into in common.
Fair enough. I mean, if things go the way I think they're gonna go, there might be quite a few corpses.
Then they are in.
You know, I think we just found the attachment that can come in with us. I have a feeling, a half dozen of these guys.
Well, it'd be a great distraction at the gate.
Well, whether at the through the secret, because I'm thinking we come in through like a secret entrance when we do this, and then we have them running rampant inside while the crowd comes in at the front gate. Yeah. This is... I can kind of see something maybe coming together here. And I have a couple other ideas, too, that we might need to work on over the next couple days.
Same here.
But you guys might not fully like or approve of my idea. And you guys need to make sure that you can continue on the other parts in case things go sideways with me.
Interesting. Alright.
Oh, I do not like where that's going.
You see, Valenius...
No.
Valenius will go back with Sawagan, and we will wait for you.
Wait for the signal.
Yes, we will wait. And you see Valenius kind of just runs back out. Oh, poor
Love him.
Poor RT almost gets ran over. He's like...
I'm sorry, Artio. He's
big, short.
Yeah.
He's a friend that we picked up along the way, and he helped guide us here to Aladdin.
Oh, yes. From my understanding, the blood of a primordial aquatic creatures that needed to open the portal. From my understanding.
Yes.
Is it primordial? Holy shit!
It's like
a primordial race.
Yeah, I mean, it's like he might not be
not necessarily an Aladdin, but he's the closest thing to what you guys needed.
Yeah, it's like he might not be the brightest starfish in the sea, but
Damn it, he's got gumption.
Yes, he makes it up. He makes up for it.
Also, murder hobo tendencies.
A little bit.
Just a bit.
Just a bit.
Valenius is what every murder hobo could be in a controlled way, if done perfectly.
I mean, if we let him loose in the city,
the
damage he could do.
Hence the reason why I kind of like to have him be inside the castle walls and let him loose with his buddies.
I'd rather have
part of the
people on the outside
that comes with us inside the castle.
I think the most important thing out of all of what that priest said is that the gods don't have a much strong connection to this place.
We need to correct that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is what I
we
think.
might have the power to do so.
So
and that means we are cut off right now.
Yeah.
Don't know that.
Maybe.
We haven't tried.
Maybe.
So, by this time, you guys have made it to the Temple of Atheros.
As we're walking,
Okay.
I want to whisper to Arthos. Can you set up a quick mental link with me, please?
All right. It's
Because I don't
established.
want people to overhear this. So this is going to be just between you and me.
Okay.
It's up for 5 minutes.
Okay, I'm going to tell you. Please point out for me where the ruins are. The ruins to the Temple of Helios.
So he did tell you it's basically just it's salted earth. There is
No, I know, but it's like I'm not going to be able to see that.
Okay.
I'm not going to necessarily know where that's physically at because there's nothing physically there for me to even get a reference for.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just tell this to you, Arthos, that I know from a theological standpoint, we don't always see eye to eye. But I am going to ask you to pray to your God to just put prayers out to your God on behalf of me.
Will do.
And don't worry about anything else.
All right. You guys make it to the Church of Atheros. You see, goes ahead and begins to open the door, kind of like pushes it in. It's dark. Oh, give me a moment. Goes ahead and kind of pushes his hands forward. You see little dancing lights begin to appear. They're all blue and like seafoam green. Kind of just light up the room. You can see at some point this was a pretty decent sized, bigger than any other churches of Atheros that you guys have been to.
Oh. I will cast light on one of my sickles and hold that up as well.
Thea, go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw if you would.
Oh boy.
I'm scared of my dice. Wisdom saving. Saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I'm good at these.
Don't say that. You cursed yourself.
My goodness. 14.
You walk in to this church. To you, the church is pristine. The pews are in prime condition as if they were just made for the church. It is some sort of black, like cherry wood pews. You can see that a statue to Atheros is at the forefront. Standing at the feet of the statue to Atheros, you see a pale face behind a black cloak. A woman. Curious. You are the first I have seen in some years. What is your name, child?
I'll take a couple steps forward. I am Thea. What is yours?
I am Mother Esme.
I'll bow my head a bit. It is a pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure is mine. Are you a child of Atheros?
I am. Or I try to be.
That explains it then. So to your if you came in with friends, they will see the actual state of the temple. This is how I like to remember it.
It is very beautiful.
Thank you. And your friends cannot see us at the moment.
Oh, I hope they're not worried about me.
The prime ethereal plane. A sort of in-between place. Between life and death. Tell me, my dear, what's brought you to this church?
That is a very long story. Yeah, friends and I are in Alatin. We're trying to keep the Queen from doing terrible things and getting all the citizens hurt. I've heard that there's very little connection to the gods anymore. And myself, I hope to prove that wrong. Coming here.
Dream pretty big, young one.
You could say that. My dreams have been getting bigger of late, I guess.
Well, I hate to disappoint, but if Atheros won't answer me, then he probably won't answer you or anyone.
Remember, we are the chosen ones.
And
least I can do is try.
My dear, let me see if I can try and help you understand. She lifts up her left hand, and you see a black ring around her finger, and she pulls it off and lets you read the inscription inside. To my dear Esme, I hope you will be well. As you're kind of having to move the ring, as the inscription's kind of magical, it kind of like shows an entire message in the ring. Each time you turn, it's a different word. Though we will be apart, hopefully you know that even in this new life I will take, you will be what matters most to me, Atheros. And that is where we are going to close the session for the evening. And
okay.
Goodbye, my friends. We hope you enjoyed the show. I wish we could continue, but it's time for us to go. We appreciate the memories made, never to be forgotten. There will be more to be made next time at the Bardic Cauldron.